Well, Northern Territory Indigenous traditional owners have told the federal court a nuclear waste dump would destroy song and storylines on their country. The court is sitting in Tennant Creek to hear arguments that due process wasn't followed in determining which site should house the controversial waste facility. Sky News Indigenous Affairs reporter Dan Bourchier is in Tennant Creek and joins me now. Dan, there have been serious allegations made today. Take us through them.
Stan, they most definitely have. Good evening to you. Diane Stokes, who's a Yappa traditional owner and one of the people who's really been leading the charge against this proposed nuclear waste dump, said in court at the close this afternoon that the chief legal advisor for the Northern Land Council, Ron Levy, had legally threatened her and threatened to sue her if she continued to speak to the media about her concerns of the proposal for this nuclear waste dump. The Northern Land Council's lawyers who were in court quickly responded, saying that it was merely a creation to cast a dark shadow on the Northern Land Council. This has been just one of the debates that we've seen today on the first day of hearings here in Tennant Creek. We also saw the Justice go out onto country yesterday and check out the sites where this nuclear waste dump is proposed for. This whole debate wages around who are the rightful owners of that land that was put forth by the Northern Land Council to the Commonwealth government to build the country's first radioactive waste storage facility, and there are many questions over just which traditional owners should be the rightful ones to make the decision on that land and which ones were the ones who were spoken to. Penny Phillips is another traditional owner. She spoke to me and said that she just wants the Commonwealth government and the Northern Land Council to walk away from what she says has been a disrespectful process. Here's what she had to say.
You think about the old people that fought so hard for the country and getting that land trust back again at Muckaty, but where families and people go out there and live off their land and go hunting and gathering, collecting bush medicine, collecting bush food, you know, just going back and preserving it.
And there's been some comments in court that this nuclear waste dump will destroy the culture lines and the song lines. Is that what will happen? It
will, because I think all of us and the people of the Muckaty Land Trust never got consulted properly about the nuclear waste dump, what was supposed to be in it. I thought it was just an open door, you know, and that's going to bring other stuff from all the nuclear waste stuff from other countries and all that. We never got properly consulted.
What would you have to say to the federal government or to the Northern Land Council about the way that they've treated your people and some of the other traditional owners here?
But we've been fighting for 8 years now, you know, go and talk, and they could have stopped, Garrigay could have stopped it, the other minister could have stopped it, you know. Why all of a sudden we've got to come to the federal court case to go and stop this nuclear waste dump for the Northern Land Council? The Northern Land Council could have consulted us, a whole lot of us, and we could have said no, instead of fighting at court today.
The Northern Land Council argues that they consulted with the right traditional owners. What do you say to that?
They might have consulted some, but not the whole lot of the land trust mob. The whole three groups, like Milwari, Ngapa, Windigo, and the other rest of them, they never consulted them when they got the first native title back.
And what would you say to the people who are trying to fight your people and the other traditional owners who are against this?
I reckon that we should have just stop the nuclear waste dump, you know, and old people are getting worn out, old people passed away. I don't know why you were fighting, you know. It should have been stopped in the first place.
Wintuku Elder Penny Phillips speaking to me there outside of the hearings for the federal court case here in Tennant Creek a little earlier today. Stan, as you know, this has been an ongoing battle for close to a decade. It was first proposed by John Howard back in 2006. Then that proposal made it through Parliament and then was upheld by the successive Rudd, Gillard and Abbott governments. So you'd have to say that there hasn't been too much love from either side of Parliament for the traditional owners here. These hearings will continue over the coming days here in Tennant Creek and then will continue in Darwin towards the end of next week for the rest of this hearing. The Justice is expected to make his determination later in the year.
Dan Bourchier joining us live there from Tennant Creek.